Imagine laying in your bed all day, not being productive, watching brain rot on TikTok for hours. I imagine a lot of you don't actually have to imagine this, and that you're already doing this some days when you could be getting things done. I want you to ask yourself, am I in a place where I'm comfortable and where I'm proud of myself? If not, that probably means you need to cut off some of your phone time. So, what if I could tell you, you have access to a device that can give you razor sharp focus and help you get things done? Would you believe me that it's your cell phone? When it takes so much of your time? Probably not. But there are ways you can optimize your cell phone so that it's less distracting and it can orient you towards your goals instead of away from them. And that's what I want to share with you today. The Visionaries lock screen. Ignite your drive and dominate your day. There are several things you can set your lock screen as, and one of my favorite examples is setting your lock screen as a goal. Now, it could be multiple goals. What do you want to get done during the day? Do you want to make sure you make your bed every morning? Because if you start your day off by doing something productive, it can lay out the groundwork for the rest of the day. Do you want to make sure you get not X videos as porn, but this number of videos finished by the end of the week? Do you want to get this number of projects done by the end of the day? Well, you can actually do this in your Notes app. Write down your goals, make it your lock screen. Another way I like to set up my day for productivity and make sure the first thing I see on my cell phone is something that motivates me would be, a car I like. Very simple. A lot of guys do this. This one's kind of more of a common sense method, but what also you can do is inspire yourself. If you don't want much, if you're not very materialistic like me, then what you could do essentially is put your lock screen as something that already motivates you to get where you want to be. It can be a girlfriend, it could be a family member, it can be a home you want. And if you don't have a family yet that you already want to support, you can go to your local park and take photos of some random family so that you can attract a family into your life. Of course, that's a joke. I'm just trying to make sure you're paying attention, but that's another option. Now, that's really all I wanted to talk about for your lock screen, but you could probably brainstorm some more ways that you could use your lock screen as leverage to pull you towards your goals. Digital discipline. Master your time with Opal and take control of your life. So, in a world with overflowing distractions, social media notifications, just stuff like that in general, there's a lot you feel like you're missing, but at the end of the day, everything that you're seeing on social media isn't really going to affect you. Now, I know some of you do social media marketing, so you can't block your apps, but I will tell you, a lot of you can block them during certain times of the day. So, for instance, I like to use this app called Opal. There's a lot of apps that do this, but this one specifically allows you to block apps at certain times of the day for certain times. You can also block adult content on there as well. So if that's something that distracts you for your work, then you can do that. It also allows you to basically compete with your friends to see who has less time on their phone. So it has somewhat of an award system to do that. But I will say there's also other apps like Forest. That's another app that you could use. Now, you could basically transform your phone to something that allows you to keep your goals by cutting off the distractions for that. And then you can essentially use your phone for other tasks other than social media during that time. That is how I like to use those apps, because I do have to edit videos. I do have to get things done, check my Shopify stats, and make sure I'm motivated and in an actual positive direction. And I can't do that with my social media going off constantly. The focus sprint. Unleash your productivity with intentional time blocks. So I call this the focus sprint method. And what you can essentially do is set your phone at 45-minute intervals for focused work where you're not allowed to touch your phone at all. Now, this can be for any period of time you want. Now, if you're running a business, we're not trying to work 8 hours a day, but what you can do is if you have focus for mostly at least around 4 hours a day, then you could essentially get a lot of things done other people can't get done in 8 hours. So I like to set a 45-minute alarm clock on my phone. And then once that 45 minutes is up, I will then check my phone, check anything I need to take a break if I so feel like it, and if I'm not already locked in my work. Now, the bright side of this is that if you do feel like checking your phone, a lot of times you kind of are just locked in at this point because you weren't allowed to check it for 45 minutes. But now, after that initial time, you can use your phone for 15 minutes. Set an alarm for 15 minutes. Check whatever you need to, just in case you do need to have Instagram on during the day and you can't have an app blocking it. This is a perfect time to check your notifications, because I know some of us talk business to people on those apps, like me. So I like to sometimes talk to the people I collaborate with, and that's why I can't always be blocking those apps. but that's another way I like to do that. And essentially what you can do during those 45 minutes is also put do not disturb on your phone, and then feel free to turn it back off once you are done during that 45 block period, so you can just make sure you get everything. But yeah, that's going to be your cycle for the whole day. If you have a 4-hour work time for your goals, this will essentially help you focus on them. So yeah, I just like to conclude this video by saying, if you like this content, subscribe. I know there wasn't a lot here, but this is my first YouTube video I've ever made on anything educational. Normally I focus towards comedy, things like that, and this was my first time trying to create a piece of content that helped people. So if you have any thoughts or comments, please provide them below. That would be very helpful to me. I want to know what I can improve, what I could do better, and also in the description, all my socials would be there. But yeah, if you're able to make your phone a device that allows you to work on your computer without interruptions, or disable apps that are distracting you on your phone, then you could set up your phone as a productivity tool or limit yourself from using it when you're using another device instead. And that will help you reclaim your focus and think about things that actually affect your life in a positive way instead of negatively. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it.